Hi lovelies, my name is Jessica and welcome to Makeup.misfit and welcome to this update of Are You Afraid of the Pan? Now if this is your first video that you're coming across in this series, check out down below all of the information, the rules, the prompts, the playlist is down there as always, so you can go and check that out. I've been really enjoying this project. I hope you've been enjoying watching this project, and I'm ready to get into this update. Now, I am just going to say I did already film this, but I got a little bit distracted. It was a little bit messy. My phone kept vibrating. So, spoiler, I did roll something in. So I will be just showing you guys. I still have it on my phone, but I won't be showing you the randomization because I didn't screen record or anything like that. Wasn't really thinking about it. But I will show you guys. So I have the product, I have everything here, but let's just get into this update. So we're gonna start off with the product that has been in here the longest, which I rolled in quite a few months ago now, Doug, which was awkward packaging. Now, for those of you who have been around and been watching this and some of my other updates, I'm sure, this face palette by Mac and Jeremy Scott looks so familiar. I've been working on the blush in here, and my goal was to hit pan. And you guys, I've finally completed my goal on this palette. I am so happy. So as you can tell, the highlighter has been gone for a while. That was either much earlier on in this project or a completely different project. I don't even remember anymore. The bronzer, I just showed you guys in my bonus pans video if you saw that. So I had been working on this just on my own and I finished it off. Now all that is left is this blush, and I now have pan in it, which I'm so happy about. The day I hit pan in this was that really good panning day where I hit 4 different pans. And I just couldn't believe what morning I was having with it. It was so exciting, and I could not believe that I had actually hit pan in this shade, in this blush. It was about a week or so after filming the update for this, so I was super excited because I was starting to feel just a slight dip in the shade or in the pan. And all of a sudden, a few days later, pan showed. So of course it wasn't this big when I first hit pan. I have used it a few times afterwards, and I'm actually wearing it today as well. I do like this blush. As tired as I've grown of it, I really do enjoy using this blush. There goes my phone again. I really do enjoy using this blush on its own. I think it's a very pretty wash of pink. And that's probably how I'll continue to wear it for a little while. I mean, I am going to take a break from this because I am a little bit exhausted, but this is a palette, a face palette, a blush now that I do want to finish off sooner than later. Whether I pull this into a project sometime this year to finish off the blush or just get more use on it, I'm not quite sure just yet. But I'm really hoping that by the end of 23 and maybe even sometime in 24, if I don't get around to it, I would love to finish off this blush and have an actual face palette finished off in my collection. A face palette that includes all 3 shades or all 3 products, a highlighter, a bronzer, and a blush. If you've watched any of my Pan That face palettes before, I've completely finished off a blush palette. And last year in 22, I completely finished off my highlighting palette. So it would be cool to have an actual face palette that had the 3 different products in it completely finished off. And because this whole collaboration music themed, this is like a CD, I absolutely love it. I will be keeping the packaging for this because this is just me as a collaboration. I love it. So I'm really happy with this, but that means that I got to roll it out and roll something else in, which you will see later. But like I said, unfortunately, you won't actually be able to watch me roll, but stay tuned because I'm looking forward to that one. So next, it was a little bit later, but I rolled in Rocko's Modern Life, which was my favorite show as a child, and that was a difficult to pan product. So knowing me, lipsticks is very difficult because I have a hard time reaching for them, wearing them. I'm not quite a lipstick kind of girl, but I am kind of trying to get back into it. I did receive a few for Christmas, and there's a few shades in there that I'm actually really excited about trying, which is kind of rare, but maybe that is what's going to get me into using lipsticks again. Now, I've been working on the shade Faux by MAC, and I really do enjoy this shade. And there is a good chance that somewhere down the line after I finish this, I will repurchase this shade. I am wearing it today. It's a very simple neutral shade that I can wear for every day. it doesn't necessarily go with my eye look right now. Like while I was getting ready, I had to kind of redo my eye look before I sat down to film. So the lipstick didn't quite go with it. It's more of a peachy look. But I can still make it work. And my glasses kind of hide that fact a little bit, so it's kind of nice. But regardless, I love this lipstick. I try to bring it with me whenever I remember. I reapply as much as I can. So my usage on this is getting pretty good. Now, unfortunately, I don't have any comparison photos, but I'd have to say that I think I'm doing quite well regardless of those comparison photos. So this is where we are looking at. Now, if you've heard me say before, I don't like to dig out my lipsticks or anything like that, especially if it's a cream product. Not gonna happen. For me, it's just a waste of my time. You do you, whatever. But for me, there's just no point to it. And I just call it done once I hit the plastic piece. And we're pretty close. Like, I don't necessarily think we'll get it out by the next update, but there's a good chance that it could be in 2 updates or so. Even the idea of me finishing off this lipstick before the end of this project, which is the beginning of April, is just pretty amazing to me. Now, I don't quite remember when I rolled this in. I don't keep track of the months that I roll in my products. I just keep track of what's rolled in, what's rolled out. So I'm not quite sure how long this has been in here for. If you remember by chance, let me know down below, because I would love to just kind of see how long it took exactly for this lipstick to be finished off from it being rolled into this thing. So this is sticking around, but I'm enjoying it, so I don't have any issues with that one. And like I said, one day I think I'm gonna actually repurchase this, which is saying a lot. Now, last update, I rolled in a new prompt, which was The Adventures of Pete and Pete, which was another show that I enjoyed as a child. And that was a product that came as a full size and also a mini. So I decided to go with the shade Rose Quartz from Becca. It is a highlighter, but I have this Becca Eyelights palette, which is technically supposed to be eyeshadows, but it is most of the shades, or some of the shades of their highlighters that they had. Now, Rose Quartz is in this palette, so this is what I was working on. And my goal was to hit pan. Now, I have not quite gotten there yet, but you can see that there's some usage going on in there. I am wearing it today. I did kind of get back into using this shade the last few days. I was wearing it decently consistent after rolling this in last month, but I did take a little bit of a break from it. I feel like if I was to wear it every day, wear it very consistently, I probably would have pan in it right now, because as you can see, these 2 shades have pan in it. And I wore those religiously, and they took me about 30 or so uses to actually hit pan. Sometimes I do my makeup twice a day, depending if I'm working at night and working during the day. So I just kind of like to refresh my makeup before I go in for a night shift. So that helps a lot as well. So it's not necessarily 30 days, but just 30 uses. So I'm going to try and keep up with this. I'm going to try and just get back into using it on a very regular basis. Today, like I said, I'm wearing it, but I am pairing it with something else, so it can kind of tone down the pink in it. I think that the pink shade is a little bit too deep for me as a highlighter, but I'm enjoying it regardless. And pairing it with something a little bit lighter or a little bit more of a light champagne or something along those lines just kind of helps tweak that a bit and make it fit my skin tone just a little bit better. So that's going to be sticking around as well, but I'm cool with that. So now I'm going to show you guys the product that I rolled in. So first, the way that I ended up doing this was I just rolled 1 through 23. I had to re-roll quite a few times because most of the prompts that I had landed on, I've already worked on. So we finally landed on prompt number 13, which is Ren and Stimpy. So the prompt for that was a product from your least favorite beauty category. Now, lipsticks, lip products have always kind of been my least favorite beauty category, but since I'm already working on this lipstick here in this project, I didn't want to bring in another lip product to compete with it. So what I decided was I'm going to go from my least to my other least favorite, and that is cream or liquid based anything. It could be an eyeshadow, it could be a blush, it could be a highlighter, a bronzer, it does not matter. As if it's a cream or liquid, I'm not a big fan of it, and I tend to steer away from those products altogether. Now, the product that I'm pulling in is a favorite, but my least favorite category. So that is the Highbeam highlighter, which I love highlighter from Benefit, but it is in liquid form. So that's how I'm pulling that into this prompt. So I don't even know if they still make this, but I believe I got this in a Sephora favorites a few years back. Oh, I thought something fell over. So we're just gonna, it is very pretty. So we'll see how it goes, but I think what I'm gonna do is just put a usage goal of 10 times. I feel like it might be easy enough to reach, I'm hoping for. It might be also a bit of a stretch to reach those 10 uses. So whether or not I hit that before the next update, we'll just have to see. But I am curious to see how I'm gonna actually feel about this highlighter. Like on my finger, it looks so pretty, but I just don't ever reach for these kind of products. So I don't remember how I felt about it when I used it quite a while ago, because as you can see, there is some really decent usage on there. But whatever my feelings were back then could or possibly could not be the same as they are now. So if I do like the product and after the 10 uses, I want to continue using it, I will do so. I may roll it into a project later to finish it off or just get some more usage on it, or I might just do it on my own. We'll have to see, but we'll chat about that in the next update. We'll talk about what my feelings are after I've used it, hopefully at least a couple of times, if not all 10. And we'll just go from there. So that's the update for this project for this month. I'm really looking forward to continuing to get use out of my whole collection with this project, with other projects, and even pulling in like something like this and getting use on the palette as a whole by throwing different shades into different projects. I feel like it's really helping me work through my collection, work through specific products, and I'm just enjoying it as a whole. So I hope you guys are enjoying this project as well and enjoying watching me do this. Like I said, if you know when I pulled that MAC lipstick in, let me know down below, because I want to see exactly how long it's going to take to finish it from it being rolled into this project. But yeah, that is everything. So thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate it, and I will see you guys later. Bye.